Hello and welcome to Hitman 2. Today we're going to be playing on the Colombia level. So, let's get into this. I am Agent 47 and let's go. So, I start off with my marker saying locate the bar. So, I start to head over there. Once I got there, my thing said to describe myself as the tattoo artist. So, I locate him. He is right there, standing on the phone. And I think I have an idea of how to kill him. I see that there is a drink on the table which I can poison, but where do I get rat poison from? So I start looking around. I find this small beaded area behind the bar, so I decide to investigate. I go in, and just there, sitting there, is rat poison. Why it's there, I don't know. But anyway, I continue to try and poison this guy. So I notice there's a bartender behind the counter, so I find a distraction, which is turning the lights off. Hopefully it will come and investigate. After a while of waiting, I decide to subdue him because he's over there, just so I can get him out the way. I snap his neck just for good purpose. I know you're not supposed to kill anyone other than the targets, but it's just always good to do it just in case. So I dump him in the nearby bin, just as I have to dump him there. I think the game was asking me to do it. I get a key, but we'll worry about that later. So, it's a good opportunity to poison the drink. I just gotta wait for him to finish his next swig of it. So he finishes up, and I'm guessing he's gonna go on his phone now. But there is this pesky guy wearing a blue shirt on the other side of me. And he always keeps walking around. There he is, right there. But this time, he has actually walked away. This could be a good opportunity. So I get ready and make sure he's looking away, and quickly, as fast as I can, poison it, put it back in my pocket, and then I decide to get in position. So then he's really close. I wait for him to pop in and make sure the door is closed behind him. I slowly climb through the window and then decide to subdue him. Make sure you don't punch him if you guys are doing this, because it will make a sound. And then there is a security guard right outside, and he will start to shoot you. So make sure not to do that if that ever happens. So I dump him out the window, climb through, and dump him in the bin outside. Before I do that, I actually get disguised as him, just in case. And then pop him in the bin. After that, I start to make my way over to the Rico Delgado's mansion, which is where my little indicator is telling me to go. Once I get there, I go up to his door knocker, his hippo door knocker, and knock on it, waiting for the guard to come. Wait there for a bit. The door slides back, and there is a dude in there. Tells me to frisk. Before this, I had already got rid of my gun in the leaves, just in case they did frisk, and it turns out they did. So if you guys are doing this yourself, make sure to do that. I am then asked to follow the guard, so I do that. And he is extremely slow, so I try to keep up to pace with him, even though walking is 10 times slower than him. And he leads me to Mr. Delgado's wife, who leads me upstairs and, yes, makes me take a photo with her. She leads me all the way into his office after a lot of talking between us two. She's basically telling me that she wants to fix his tattoo. She wants me to fix his tattoo on his neck, which is not for her, but it looks nothing like her. So I start the tattoo and make sure that everyone else in the room has left, including the security guard and his wife. He then tells them that she's being annoying, that he's being too aggressive, so they leave. I make sure that the security guard has completely left with the door closed before I do the killing. And then it happens. Right in the ear. I exit through the window of his bathroom and start edging my way round the outside of the house. I climb down here and jump over to this pipe thing that I can slide down. I then start to find my way out of the mansion area, and it is a very big mansion because it's hard to find a way out. That's why I sped up. So once I've done that, I have to locate the guard that stole Hector's love letter, which is actually still inside the mansion. So I decide to kill these two guards in here so I can get their disguises and get back inside the mansion. So I bring one of them over here into the bush so that bodies are concealed, and then bring the other one like so. So I describe myself as one of the guards and make my way through the tunnels. Where I come out is very peculiar, so I walk past a couple guards, keep making my way through the tunnels until I get to a mysterious door. Oh, I just checked that valve. And then I press Y, come through it, and I am in this type of temple place. It's actually like some ruins or something. So I keep walking through, go all the way down until I'm actually outside. There are two people, and I notice that one of them is an actual guard. So I need that costume to be able to get into where the love letter carrying guy is. So I wait for this guy next to me to walk off. Once he's gone, I decide to make my move on the guard. I subdue him like so and snap his neck, just in case. I then take his disguise, and the way I dump his body is actually quite disturbing. I dump it into Rico Delgado's hippo pool. And yep, you kind of know what's gonna happen. So once I enter the mansion, I make my way down to the lower staircase to find the guard, because he is a floor below me. So I come down here and locate the guard. I see his little icon rotating around, so I'm guessing he is right there. He's limping for some reason, I don't know why that is, but anyway, I continue following him until he gets in the right position, which is when I decide to subdue him. So it's about here that I actually do it. I didn't actually know that there was any place to dump his body, so I thought I'd just put it in one of these rooms. At the time, I didn't know what it was. So I just guess it's in this room, and I actually find a bucket to dump him in. I then started to make my way to Martinez's compound. Once I got there, since I was wearing a guard outfit, I was allowed just in and up the stairs. So I walked up them. There were some guards upstairs, but she wasn't there yet. So anyway, I placed my little letter on the pad for her letters, like that. And then I began to wait until she came. Once she got there, she said she didn't want any letters from Hector Delgado and asked who put it there. But she doesn't know that I put it there. So she then says that even though it's from him, she'll still read it, and she goes out onto the balcony, and since I'm the sneaky hitman, I follow her out. And then this happens. Gory stuff. Anyway, I continue to do the backpacking mission, which is named the Backpacker. I don't know why I said backpacking there. So it's basically a hippie that is smuggling drugs in a souvenir, and Jorge Franco, the guy I have to kill, is a drug lord, so that's great. So anyway, I go in here, I lockpick my way in, and go in and find and poison the broken souvenir. Since it's broken, we need to go to the shop and get some glue. So I go down to the shop, have a look around, there's some cans in there. Yep, we don't need that, so we just keep going here, and I ask him if there's any glue. And he says that he sold the last one to the mechanic next door. So I'm gonna have to go and do something, because when I get there, the mechanic doesn't let me actually have the glue or buy it off of him. So yeah. So once I get the glue from his body, I return back to the hotel to glue it up. So I enter the same way I did before, hold Y and glue it together again. After I've done that, the game tells me to pick it up, so I do that, and then I have to disguise myself as the hippie. So I wait for him to come upstairs and have a chat with his friend. Then I go across over here and I turn the alarm clock on, so he comes and investigates. I take cover near the door, wait for him to come by, which takes a while, and then I get my gun out. When he enters, he doesn't see me, and then bang bang, dead. When I get over there, I make sure to turn the alarm clock just in case. I don't know if this game works like real life, but just in case his friend hears it and thinks, why didn't the alarm clock turn off yet? And also it's really annoying, the noise. So I disguise as him, dump him in the closet of his own room. So then I travel back to the tunnels where I killed the guys earlier, and go down and infiltrate the smuggling cave. And I have to go talk to Jorge Franco. And can we just respect the way that his little legs are going? This is not sped up. Look at that. Okay, so anyway, I go up to him and start talking to him. Well, I can't really, because there's like 800 people in my way talking to me at the same time I'm trying to talk to him. And then when I get close to him, he tells me he needs privacy and I need to go away. Yeah, so anyway, I place my little cocaine bus down, and he has to come round, and he takes a very long time to test it. So once that's happened, he feels very sick, and he decides to go throw up. I track down where he's threw up, and it's conveniently behind some boxes. So I do what has to be done, and I make sure no one has seen, and I flee. I'm out of there, and I see the nearest exit, and I'm on my way to it. Actually happens to be the bus stop, so I go around there, and I sit on the bus stop, waiting for the bus. Pops up, I get on, and I've successfully killed all three of them.